Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Now, as we continue our celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we're highlighting another new series that will be featured on YurView for the next several weeks. This time, ladies, focused on music.
Yes, and music is such a huge part of our lives, and it turns out that that is true no matter where in the world you live. So please welcome the producer of Music Voyager, Farook Singh, to the show. So good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you guys too.
So, Farouk, you are the producer of the Music Voyager series. Tell us exactly what we can expect to see in the show.
So it's an interesting angle we've taken. We've actually took an angle of saying, all right, if you're going to travel, that's great. God bless you. But the point being that if you actually got into the culture, I travel for food or travel for anything, but most people have never thought about traveling for music. And music goes back as ancient as food and anything else the humans have done as a cultural thing. So using that as a gateway, that became a big voice into entering a country where you're actually looking at it through music and you're looking at it, completely in a different context. And it's a boatload of fun, believe me.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a boatload of options as well. I mean, music is ingrained in every culture. So how do you choose where to go?
So that's interesting because what we do is we really try and focus on diversity, firstly. Not only in how we actually portray the music, we've done things from like you saw the Colombian pieces. You've got Peru, where we actually did the whole thing in the Amazon, which is pretty cool, actually. And then we've got stuff from Israel to Turkey to Japan. When the tsunami hit, the Japanese government invited us on with Akira Kurosawa, who's this, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. He produced that incredible track. And we actually went back, and the surviving kids that survived that tsunami, he taught them how to play that, and they played it for the kids that their friends that passed away. It was so there are moments like that a lot in every country.
And music is so moving, as you said. I mean, it could be celebratory, it could be something where everybody is really being sentimental over a loss. And so why do you think that music is such a big part of every culture?
I mean, a simple take is I ask you, any song that you grew up with, and it plays on the radio, and it immediately takes you back.
Yeah.
It just puts you back in that spot. When as a kid, you heard it, there might be fruits involved or travel involved or mom and dad involved. It brings you back. Now, imagine using that employing that emotion when you're traveling. I mean, how wrong can you go with that?
It's almost like music allows us to travel like that, but you've been to some actual destinations. So what are some of your personal favorites?
South America has always been a big one. The Latin sound is so pigeonholed, and it's wicked. It's beautiful. But the thing is, each region within Colombia had their own sound. Vallenato with Fonseca, or J Balvin on his apartment rooftop when he had just about started breaking. Patricio Palado or any of these guys. Even in Peru, when we went to the Amazon, we were hanging out with the old cats from the 60s and 70s, my age, and Los Rambles, and you listen to them, and they've got surfer rock going on, and it's shocking because it's like, wow, we're on the Amazon. These guys are playing surf rock. In Morocco, they took us into the desert, the Merzouga deserts, and we were listening to the Tuareg, which is the guys wrapped in blue that the gypsies they ride across. They're playing blues, man. It was it was mind blowing to listen to them because their chord progressions and
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, it is. And it's in your backyard,
right?
If you truly, there's a really interesting thing that was asked of me was, hey, what does your city sound like? And if I ask any of you today, describe the sound of your city, you're going to get stumped because each
Mhm.
city has a unique audio signature. That's the
Wow.
answer of Music Voyager.
It really does, and I was thinking about that too. I'm in Norfolk, Virginia, and I don't even think I can answer that question.
Exactly. I can't. Denver, I don't
No,
know what you're going to say. Country? No, it's not.
it's kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that,
And not
and
only music, but even the sound of your city. You know,
mhm.
Mhm.
New York sounds completely different than San Diego, than LA. It's completely different, but it's always pushed in the background. So
Yeah,
what we're doing is we're bringing it to the front and saying, use your hearing, use your sense of sound, travel with that. It's going to be a completely different world.
it's so interesting, and I'm sure there's been some surprises. So what would you say has surprised you about our relationship to music since you've been producing these shows?
It's just how ingrained it is. It's literally most of us consider a visual as our driving sense. If you shut your eyes in a room with people around you or whatever, and you're literally relying on the sense of sound, it becomes more prominent
Mm,
in a sense. And to answer your question, I mean, that is a relationship with the humans have, with something. I mean, the Giro in West Africa, their entire history is sung. It's not written.
Mhm.
It's sung. These guys are literally traveling musicians that go across to various households or this thing, and they carry the story, the history with them, and they are revered.
mm.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's strange one. Muslims, there's a certain section that is not cool with music, but there's one section that's all they do. It's called Sufi,
Hmm.
and that's their gig. And they are incredible, like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and, um, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. All these guys are unbelievable because they don't sing in I'm a man, I'm going to sing in male.
Mhm.
They sing, they switch, from male to female, and it's good. And they come seriously.
And it's
Because they
it's
can,
just whatever is called for. Yeah.
yeah. And the best way to express a certain feeling, expression, can be maybe more accurate from a female's point of view.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm inspired. How do we get your job? I'm just kidding. How can viewers get more information or watch the shows?
Your channel for one. Uh, Otherwise, we've just finished our broadcast. We've done 165 countries, sorry, 135 countries we've been broadcasting.
Wow.
Mm.
We had 98% of every PBS home. So we were there for 9 seasons. Now we've put all that away and we're going to start fresh with brand new pieces across the world, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's
thank you so much
yeah.
for enlightening us today and making us slow down and really just try to listen to the sounds of our city.
Oh, that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. All right, guys. You take care.
You too.
All right. Well, now we're gonna go from hearing or playing music to playing football. Football, anybody? Let's get it going
Mm.
next.